When we talk about AI, we often picture sleek interfaces, futuristic tools, and glowing promise, something in the cloud. But behind that clean digital surface lies a very physical, very messy reality, one with steep ecological and human costs. To start with, the environmental side. AI runs on hardware, and that hardware depends on resource extraction. Rare earth minerals, lithium, cobalt. These materials are the backbone of everything from chips and processors to batteries and data centers. But getting them out of the ground has massive environmental consequences. In Atlas of AI, which I super recommend reading, Kate Crawford zooms in on places like Baotou, Inner Mongolia, where rare earth mining has produced vast lakes of radioactive waste and toxic sludge. These environmental scars are mostly invisible to end users, but essential to how AI is made. And this isn't just happening far away, it's happening now in the United States and in Canada. In 2024, Tesla opened a massive lithium refinery in drought-stricken Texas, aiming to control battery production for electric vehicles and emerging AI infrastructure. But already, the plant is struggling to secure enough water to operate. According to BNN Bloomberg, the site is pulling from a water system that's already overburdened, raising alarms in nearby communities. Marie Lucio, a resident of the Lost Creek neighborhood near the Tesla facility, expressed her frustration. "They're telling us to take shorter showers and turn the faucet off when we're brushing our teeth," she said. The area already struggles with low water pressure and milky discolored tap water. "We're not equipped to handle getting water to these industries." Her words highlight the unequal burden where everyday people are told to conserve while massive tech operations expand unchecked. In Nevada's Clayton Valley, enormous pools are dug to evaporate water and extract lithium from underground brine. This process consumes millions of gallons of water in some of the driest regions in North America, threatening local ecosystems and indigenous water rights.
Held 30 feet of water. For Pennington, the hollow sound is a warning bell about the impact from lithium mining. The mine here needs billions of gallons of water every year, taking it from underground aquifers. The mine's owner denies it is impacting freshwater aquifers, but Pennington says the evidence he found shows otherwise.
They're overdrafting down there, and it dried this well out.
Crawford, mentioned above, describes the valley in haunting terms. Then, once all this is done, the lithium pools under the Clayton Valley will be exsanguinated, comparing the process to a body being drained of blood. It's a visceral image that reveals the violence and unsustainability of resource extraction beneath our digital tools. There's also a significant amount of this mining going on in Bolivia, parts of Central and South America, and it's having significant impact on the communities that live locally in these spaces as well. So what we often call green energy or clean tech comes at a steep cost to the environment and to vulnerable communities, especially those without political or economic power. And once the hardware exists, we then need somewhere to run it. And then those AI data centers consume enormous amounts of electricity and water every single day. Companies often claim carbon neutrality or have goals towards it, but many of those claims rely on offsets like Microsoft's, not real emission reductions. And here's the kicker. The environmental cost of AI isn't static. It's rising because a single generative AI query already uses many times more energy and water than a traditional search. And the demands keep on growing as our models get bigger and more powerful. As MIT News put it bluntly, the more we use generative AI, the worse the impact is going to be on the environment. There's also a human cost to AI, aside from the environmental. Many of these companies have used cheaper labor in English-speaking nations, particularly Kenya, Nigeria, as ways to train what inappropriate content is or things like that, and that comes with a cost. In Kenya, for example, underpaid content moderators working for major AI firms are tasked with filtering out the worst of the internet: violence, hate, abuse. They're often exposed to deeply traumatic material and not given any psychological support, and working for just a few dollars a day. One worker, Mofat Okinyi, told The Guardian that "it really has damaged my mental health. I lost my family." Other hidden laborers work behind the scenes on platforms like Amazon's Mechanical Turk, performing repetitive micro tasks, labeling tiny bits of data, cleaning up content, for minimal pay and recognition. These workers are essential to making AI function, yet remain invisible in most public narratives. In some cases, children are part of this labor pipeline, bypassing age checks to earn tiny wages on corporate projects. As Wired reported, these minors contribute to major AI systems under the radar, often to help support their families. O'Kinney again captures this invisible sacrifice when he says, "I consider myself a soldier, and soldiers take bullets for the good of the people." That's what building AI has meant for many workers: pain, isolation, and burnout, all hidden behind the sleek branding of machine intelligence. So while we marvel at AI's speed and scale, we have to ask, who's paying the real price? Because every chatbot response, every image generation, every AI magic moment is powered by human labor and then mined from the earth. And right now, the environmental and human toll is quietly mounting, out of sight, but not without consequence. One of the lines from my reading in this program that's going to stick with me forever is, if something is free, you are the product. And it reminds me of this because it's about thinking critically about, just because we do not see an upfront cost doesn't mean that there isn't a cost being paid somewhere. And so we'll talk about this a little bit more in the skills needed and some suggestions. Be mindful of this. Advocate for transparency. Think about how and when you choose to use these technologies. These are all things that are important for us to consider as we move into the future.